tiny country linking two vast continents. A tropical corridor between two great oceans. A people defined by nature.
Oh, this is something amazing, guys. This is a glass frog.
This is Costa Rica.
Well, these are ridiculously cute. Hello.
I'm Gaia Vince. I explore and write about our changing planet and what we humans can do to protect our natural world.
This is why I'm not at home moaning about the state of the planet. You know, this gives me hope.
Now, I'm headed for a country that's made saving the planet a matter of national pride.
I don't want to brag, but maybe I should.
A country powered by its rivers and volcanoes.
Go back to the river, my friend.
Home to 500,000 different species.
I mean, they're so ancient, they're like dinosaurs.
The happiest, most sustainable country in the world.
Gracias. This is the life.
I'm packing my bags for Costa Rica.
Pura vida. Where are we going?
To Costa Rica.
Costa Rica. Do you know? Gonna help with the elephants? It's really exciting because we're packing up the house, we're going to Costa Rica. It's going to be a really big adventure for them. They're preschool, so this is the time to do it. I think it's going to be great.
I was an editor at the science journal Nature. The evidence is overwhelming that we're changing the planet. Costa Rica is trying to sort this out, and they're doing it really successfully, so I want to explore that. And after a 12-hour flight and a 5-hour cross-country drive.
Oh, Daddy's going swimming with the car. Look at that.
We're finally here. 5,000 miles from our London home to the Nicoya Peninsula on Costa Rica's Pacific coast. And it's absolutely gorgeous.
Look up, Kip. There, look. Kip, look. Look at all the birds. Wow.
We've rented a house in the jungle. It's going to be our home for the next few months.
Yeah, look, can you see its tail? He's a beautiful green, isn't he?
I can see his leg and foot.
Yeah. Look at the pretty flowers.
I really want to go there and actually see what it's like to live in a country where the national consensus, where the people have decided that nature is worth something. They're really going to value nature. Let's see what else we can see.
Yeah, they're going to chew up wood and they make it into...
I'm going to bring the kids on some of my field trips, but sometimes they're going to need to stay at home, and that's going to be tough on Nick.
Before the little sproglets, it was just me and Nick. He was a camera guy when I was the one that found the stories. And we were a bit of a team, so it's different this time.
Bum. Oh, you're a rotter. Oh. Back in London, I was away more and Gaia works from home more. So it's flipped everything on its head, and that's fair enough. I think I can't really complain.
I'm gonna go, sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye, darling. Thank you, sweetie. I'll see you soon,
I'm
okay?
going to get some. I'm staying.
Bye-bye, baby boy.
Okay, drive safely.
I write about people and our relationship with the natural world, and there couldn't be a more interesting time. We're changing our planet so fast. The only way for me to write about it is to get out into the field and see what's going on for myself.
You know, you do all your research, You find experts to talk to about it. It's only when you get out there, you have some really cool conversation with a guy in a bar or, I don't know, a woman working on her fields, and you realise that it's not how you thought.
I've come to Costa Rica because no other country is doing more to protect its natural world. Take food production. With 7.5 billion humans living on the planet, we need to farm more intensively. I'm heading to a fish farm in the north of the Guanacaste province. It produces 20,000 tonnes of tilapia fish for the US market every year. So when the local wildlife starts chomping into the profits, you'd think it would be curtains for the crocodiles. But that's not how it works in Costa Rica.
Viene a trabajar con nosotros hoy.
Hola, hola.
¿Todo bien?
Liba Quiros is the head crocodile trapper at the 600-acre Aqua Corporation fish farm.
Listo. Nos vamos acá.
Okay.
Ahora sí ya vamos en busca de los cocodrilos.
Okay.
Ahora sí.
Let's go.
¿Está lista?
I'm not sure.
Bueno, ¿lista o no? Ya vamos para allá.
Soy listo.
In the 1970s, with only a few hundred wild crocodiles left in Costa Rica, they were made a protected species. They're still protected today. But in recent years, the growing number of national parks and reserves has seen their numbers boom. Great news for crocs. Less so for a multi-million-dollar fish farm. Costa Ricans want big business, but they want their wildlife too. That's where Liba and his team come in.
Okay.
Vamos.
Let's go get some crocodiles.
Vamos a meter la malla en el estanque, en esta línea, y vamos a venir hacia acá para traer el cocodrilo a la parte más baja del estanque. Entonces,
Okay.
nos alistamos para entrar con ellos.
Sí, mi pantalones. These are to stop the tilapia biting.
Para que no la vaya a punzar, correcto, sí.
Yeah. I guess they're not very effective against crocodile bites, though.
No, no le va a servir. Okay.
It takes 8 well-trained trappers to catch a crocodile. They shout and slap the water to corner the crocs.
Si sientes algo en las piernas, es la tilapia que está en el agua. ¿Ok? No tengas miedo, te puede golpear las piernas.
Okay, I'm not going to
Vamos a caminar arrastrando los pies, arrastrando, no los levantes. ¿De acuerdo?
Okay, I'm
Para
scraping
no
my
bajar el cocodrilo. Correcto, correcto.
Okay.
¿Ok? Si sientes el cocodrilo en tus piernas, te quedas quedita y me levantas las manos. ¿De acuerdo? Para saber que él está ahí.
Okay.
Y trabajar con el equipo y traer la malla a tu lugar. ¿De acuerdo?
Got it.
Perfecto.
Hey, if I raise my arms, you better be quickly over to
Correcto. Ya vamos a trabajar con ellos.
me. I found one.
Trabajemos lo normal ahora sí ya. Y vamos a avanzar con ellos.
We're going to encircle this crocodile now with this frankly very flimsy looking net.
Ya ha bajado el plomo usted.
Something
Ya
that's
levantado.
moved over there.
Eso
Wow,
es,
the
muy bien.
tilapia are literally jumping out of the water
Muy bien,
now.
muy bien, muy bien.
They're clearly trying to escape something
Hey.
quite big. Oh my god, I just saw something.
Ahí lo tiene, ahí está, véalo ahí. Ahí está el cocodrilo.
See?
Listo acá. Venga, dale.
This is intense.
Acá.
Christ, that's massive. It's about 3.5 meters, I'd say, long. This is not a small crocodile.
Más para atrás, más para atrás. Ahí, venga. Hágale para acá porque la cabeza va para acá. Dale la vuelta.
He's telling me to keep away. He's telling me to keep away from his mouth.
Y arriba de una vez, chicos, para. Vamos. 3. Ok, vamos arriba.
Dale.
Vámonos. Adentro, ok. Muy bien. Vamos a soltar la malla, ok.
The crocodile's got snagged in the net and they need to get the net off so they can put him in the truck
Ya,
cleanly.
aquí están. Más para atrás. Acá. Listo. 1, 2, 3. Ok. Fuerte. Aquí.
Sí.
Lo sostienes. Ahí. Es tuyo. Duro. Sosténgalo ahí.
Sí.
Ok. Muy bien.
It's not easy and it's not all that delicate, but everyone is working fast to keep the croc as calm as possible.
Okay, sorry, crocodile. My job is to tape up his eyes, which should make him feel more comfortable. And once he's feeling more comfortable, I'm definitely going to feel more comfortable.
Okay, ready.
See? Listo? Okay. The adrenaline is still going from when we were in the water, and I can see all his teeth. They are sharp.
Vamos a medirlo. ¿De acuerdo?
52 centimeters.
52, cabeza. Me avisa cuando llegue ahí. Falta, ¿verdad? Ok.
Are you keeping a record?
Todos los cocodrilos están en una lista, en una base de datos, para conocerlos, para estudiarlos también. Vamos a ver si es macho o hembra, ¿ok?
See? See?
This is acá.
Ah, see.
Ok. Vas a meter el dedo. ¿De acuerdo? Ok.
So I have to plunge my finger inside the crocodile, apologies crocodile, and see what I can feel.
Ok. ¿Sientes?
Okay,
Duro?
yeah, see,
Okay.
so there's
The
something
penis.
hard. I can feel its penis. Okay, that really is a first for me.
1, 2, 3.
Well, this one didn't make it. They're trying to revive it. Basically, in trying to capture it, they killed it.
But Liber doesn't give in and starts giving the croc CPR.
Ok, vamos, saquémoslo ya por aquí.
See? Está vivo?
Sí, está ahí, sí.
Oh, it's alive. It's alive. And you know, that's what gives me hope. That even though they're dangerous and even though they have absolutely no use to us and they actually threaten our food supply, we are still willing to put our lives in danger to save a species like this. You know, this gives me hope.
¡Listo! ¡Vámonos!
The team's enthusiasm is amazing, especially as about half the crocs they remove manage to find their way back here.
Ha aumentado mucho la cantidad. Y a nivel de río, hay contabilizados por nuestros especialistas alrededor de 3.800 cocodrilos que se pudieron ver en ríos para contarlos.
Go back to the river, my friend. It's just magnificent. There he goes.
Dale.
All these guys in a fish farm, middle of nowhere in Costa Rica, have just saved a killing machine. They could have just taken it out, no one would have known. But they didn't, they did it properly. Nothing but respect for these guys. There he goes.
Today, more than 23,000 plants and animals are threatened with extinction. We're losing more species than at any stage since the dinosaurs. But the Costa Ricans have brought their crocodiles back from the brink in less than 50 years. If we humans can manage to protect a gnarly, aggressive species like that, just imagine what else we could save. I'm heading east now, towards the mountains and forests of Costa Rica's Punta Arenas province. I want to explore how this small Central American country has managed to protect more than a quarter of its landmass. Happily, my mission has taken me to the poshest treehouse I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, this is nice. Oh. I could get used to this.
By the way, we've not got unlucky with the weather. The people that stay here pay big bucks for these clouds. This is one of the world's rarest woodlands, the Monteverde Cloud Forest.
This is an amazing, amazing place, and I'm right in the heart of it. Oh, and I can still see the trees through the shower.
High-end ecotourism like this has become big business in Costa Rica. And at around $400 a night, not everyone can afford a bed in the clouds.
It's not the week in the sun, it's not going to a beach to have cocktails and getting as many tourists as you possibly can into the area. They're being a bit canny about it.
Not everywhere is as upmarket as this, but Costa Rica is by no means cheap.
And they're banking on their wildlife, their nature being worth the extra money.
Costa Ricans have realised that the best way of protecting their natural world is to keep the number of visitors low and the prices high. But enough economics, it's time to get my boots dirty. At 4,500 feet above sea level, Monteverde straddles Costa Rica's continental divide between the Pacific weather zone in the west and the Caribbean zone in the east. The cloud forest exists at the highest altitudes. Below that, it's the tropical rainforest. But the most amazing thing about this woodland is that just 50 years ago, most of it didn't exist at all. Back then, Costa Rica was one of the most deforested nations on Earth. And Monteverde, like most of the country's forestry, was being cleared to rear cattle.
Ricardo, am I right in thinking that your father was one of these homesteaders that was ruining or practically ruining this beautiful forest?
My father, at that point in the 60s, had become a home light chainsaw dealer. He was actually selling chainsaws around the country.
Ornithologist Ricardo Guindon was born in Monteverde. In the 1970s, his dad, inspired by the discovery of rare species in what was left of the forest, packed in his chainsaw business and dedicated the rest of his life to replanting the woodland he'd helped to destroy.
This is a path that he designed, and it's been dedicated to him when he retired.
In just 50 years, the man-made woodland has doubled the size of total forest in Monteverde. This and similar projects across Costa Rica have made it the only country in the tropical world to reverse deforestation. But today, Monteverde's precious cloud forest faces a global threat. Rising temperatures are reducing the levels of low-lying cloud, threatening indigenous birds, amphibians, and plant life.
We're at the top of this mountain range. So, just like an island in the ocean, if the water rises, there's nowhere for those creatures to go. They die. And that because of climate change.
Beautiful. It's a little bit tricky to walk off-road like this.
Yeah.
There's so many trees.
But Costa Rica, being Costa Rica, is not taking the threat lying down. As well as a tourist attraction, this forest acts as a platform for scientific research in the battle against climate change.
So we have a couple trees up that way that we've studied, but today we're actually going to go to a really big, beautiful tree, just that way actually.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Researcher Jessica Murray is studying the effects of global warming on one of the cloud forest's most important types of plant. Epiphytes, like bromeliads, lichens and feathery mosses, grow on the branches of the forest's highest trees. These plants suck moisture from the air and trap rain on their leaves, slowing down the flow of water from cloud to forest floor. The process is called canopy drip.
What a tree! So high!
This one's about 25 meters.
Do you hang here often?
I do.
Lucky
The view is so much nicer.
Jessica's team has set up a living laboratory in the highest branches of this fig tree that helps them understand how climate change is affecting the rare epiphytes.
We come up to this amazing, pristine canopy up here, and I can see all your little scientist markers up. Oh wow! It's an entire living world up here. There's actually soil and moss, soft lichen, and then these perfect leaves.
All this life needs a constant supply of moisture. The epiphytes act like sponges, sucking the water out of the air and slowing down the enormous amounts of rain hitting the ground.
Especially on a super rainy day, if the water just like goes straight down the trunk, it's going to reach the ground faster and increase the amount of surface runoff, which means the water, instead of being absorbed in the ground, is actually moving away.
In Monteverde, climate change is causing more rain to fall on fewer days. But it's also causing a greater number of consecutive dry days. Just when the cloud forest needs its epiphytes most, the delicate plants are dying of thirst.
So we understand that climate change is happening, but we don't know which species are more well adapted to a drier environment. Which species are we going to lose? And so we want to understand what will happen to this community. Maybe some of these plants will actually be able to fare for another 100 years. Or maybe we're going to lose them all in 25.
It's going to be different, whatever. Yeah.
Jessica and her team believe that understanding which epiphytes are best suited to surviving climate change will allow us to extend the life of this extraordinary cloud forest.
Okay, you got it all?
I think so.
Brilliant.
All right.
Job well done.
Job well done.
How the hell am I supposed to get back over there? Do I walk forward like that? Really?
Do you want to move your foot to the right? Do you see
Not
where
especially. Sorry to be a baby about
No, it's okay.
this.
So
But I feel
can
quite
you move forward now?
vulnerable.
I loosen it a little.
One more and then you can give me your hand.
I'm actually quite scared. I haven't been scared for a long time like this, of actually dying.
You will not die.
No? Are you sure?
Gaia?
Can you let go of my waist? I have the fear. I seriously. I trust the ropes. I don't trust my own ineptitude.
Oh, you're okay. Okay. Yeah.
I may look like a monkey, but it turns out I'm not a monkey. Oh. I survived. Woo! Bye-bye, beautiful tree. Hello, baby. How are you? What have you been doing?
We've been going swimming.
Yeah? Oh, I've been up a tree today. I went all the way to the top of a tree. For me, to go up that tree was terrifying, and it was a bit of a wake-up. I don't think I would have had that a few years ago. I think that's a recent thing. I would have felt scared, but I would have done it. I would have breezed through. Since I've become a mother, I've been more scared of things. Oh, love you, baby. I'll see you soon, okay?
The reforestation of Costa Rica is a phenomenal achievement. Over half of the country is now covered in trees. Its woodlands help store the world's carbon, combating global climate change. New reforestation projects are at the heart of Costa Rica's promise to be the world's first carbon-neutral country by 2021.
Gracias. Pura vida. I really want to understand how and why Costa Ricans have become so connected to their natural world. So I'm heading for the capital for a sit down with the president. I'm in the centre of Costa Rica, in the capital, San Jose.
Hola, señor. Al Museo de Costa Rica, por favor.
I'm on my way to meet El Presidente of Costa Rica, which is pretty exciting. I mean, it's a pretty cool country. It's really, really cool, actually. They're leading in environmental sustainability and in social practices, and I want to find out why.
Gracias.
Luis Guillermo Solis was elected president in 2014. He's meeting me at a former military barracks where just under 70 years ago, one decision set Costa Rica on the pioneering path it still follows today.
Back in 1948, the last civil war of Costa Rica was fought. And the victorious general in that war, who would become a president of Costa Rica, Mr. José Figueres, decided to abolish the armed forces as a permanent institution in the country.
Yeah, it's incredibly brave, actually, for such a small country to just abolish its military.
Yes, it is, and if you ask around, you will find that Costa Ricans are very comfortable with the idea that Costa Rican mothers can be assured when they give birth that their child will never be a soldier. This is different from other countries, and we're very fortunate. And if you couple that with other things, such as social justice, democracy, public education, and now also the environment, then you have a concept, you have a vision, you have a wholesome notion of where you want to go and what kind of country you want to have.
People do really talk about the idea of community, and they do talk about the idea of the natural world.
Yes, and we're very serious about it. I mean, this is not a poise to get more tourists. It's something that this country has to treasure and to show to the world. I don't want to brag, but maybe I should.
Brag away.
Because it's something that distinguishes us very, very much. And doing this for us is not easy, it has not been cheap, and it has required a tremendous effort, financial and political, to keep it. But you have to remember that 26% of our national territory is under conservation status, and that's almost unheard of for a country this size.
Is that sustainable, though, with the cities growing, with this enormous number of tourists? Can you still protect that much?
It has been sustainable so far, but we have to be careful. I think we can balance up the act, but it requires a lot of wisdom.
According to President Solis, almost 3 million tourists visited Costa Rica last year. In a country of almost 5 million people, that's quite a squeeze. I'm leaving San Jose now, swapping the mountainous interior for the golden beaches of Costa Rica's east coast.
Ah, the Caribbean, finally! Beautiful.
Like so many of the tourists that come to Costa Rica's Caribbean coast, I'm on the trail of one of the country's most iconic animals.
Look, careful of sloth sign.
I've got to admit, I do get a bit overexcited when it comes to sloths. I'm a big fan.
Sloths in town.
I'm in the southern Caribbean town of Puerto Viejo. People come here for the beach, the surf, and the wildlife. But like the president said, it's not always easy to get the balance right. 5 years ago, it was a small fishing village. Now it's a full-on resort. It's always been a great place to spot sloths, but the rapid expansion of Puerto Viejo is not treating them well. Primatologist Encar Garcia established this animal sanctuary with her late husband in 2008. But as Puerto Viejo has become busier, so too has their animal hospital.
Hey, hi, soy Gaia.
I'm Fernando, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you, con mucho gusto.
And sloths are their most regular patients.
We get about 120, 130 sloths per year, normally. At least 40 of them must be from electrocutions.
The expansion of Puerto Viejo means more building, more roads, and more electricity. And in Costa Rica, power lines are not always insulated.
It's a pitiful sound, it really is.
Yeah.
So this is an electrocution.
Yeah. This time, 3 legs get electrocuted.
3 legs, yeah. And the baby, how old is the baby?
Maybe a couple of months.
All right, little one. Be as quick as we can.
Here. Yeah. Yeah, it's upsetting.
It's upsetting to see a mother with a baby in this condition. It's really,
Yeah.
really awful.
Fortunately, when it's really upsetting is when we see that the animal is going down. This one, even if it's a time of stress, it's just once a day and for a few days. And after that will be fine.
Right. And I'm really glad that she's getting better. We make the problems, but we can also fix them.
She will get better.
Yeah.
It's rare for the mother sloth to survive the electric shock. Often it's just the baby that survives.
Well, these are ridiculously cute. Hello.
They decide to be together. It's like a big sloth ball.
So they're all orphans?
All orphans. Well, let's feed them because I think they're hungry.
Oh yeah, let's feed them. Where are you going, little one? You left the basket? Are you going to join him? Oh. They are ridiculously cute. What is that?
That's goat milk with carrot and cereal.
They just look ecstatic, don't they, when they're suckling?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Since opening, Enkar and her team have saved over 1,800 animals. Even more impressively, they've returned 40% of them to their natural habitat.
That's my paradise.
Beautiful. How stunning is this? Finally in a primary rainforest. So what sort of tree are we looking for to release this sloth?
We are gonna looking for an almond tree.
This one? This is an almond tree?
This one.
Oh, okay.
We are gonna release here because at the same tree the sloth can find different plants.
Like a tree buffet.
Exactly.
You're in for a treat, sloth.
Yeah.
Okay. Off you go. Take your time, sloth. Oh, look at that. Incredible. Amazing, amazing. Beautiful.
Releasing a sloth, even if I did it a lot of times before. Each time is a new emotion, new feelings. Huh?
Be a bit more careful now, mate. Don't want to see you back in the rescue centre.
Here is going to be safe.
So is he going to stay up the tree for a long time?
It's going to be there for a long time because it's food enough, full of plants.
Yeah, unless he needs to poo.
Yeah, that's a problem. When they need to poo, they calm down all the way back. Yeah.
But they don't have to do it very often, do they?
No, they poo more or less each 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody knows exactly why they need to calm down for poo. Monkeys, they just poo on the branch, on the tree. But the sloths, no, they are very rare for all.
Crazy animal. Oh, well, thank you so much. That was an absolutely
Thank you. Well done.
Beautiful experience.
Now nature will decide.
Oh,
I know, it was a pun, sorry.
Okay, I got it. Come on, we've got to be quick. Oh, horrendous rainstorm last night, completely messed up our plans. We're supposed to be staying a bit longer in the sunny Caribbean and going upriver on a boat trip, but the rivers are all swollen, so that's not going to work. And there's fallen trees blocking the roads, and in fact one of the trees has fallen on our producer Holly's house, which is why we are trying to get her out of here as soon as we can. Plan B.
I'm driving south now on the Pan-American highway that links North and South America. I've seen the effect of the tourist boom on the Caribbean. Now I'm headed for the most remote, pristine part of Costa Rica, the Osa Peninsula. It's Kip's 4th birthday tomorrow, and they're all flying down to meet me. It's been 10 days since I've seen them, and I've struggled from time to time. But I'm really feeling like I'm back in the swing of things.
Hello, my beautiful, beautiful boy. Mwah.
Thank you. Gracias.
What's that?
Hey.
Oh, my sweetheart. Give him a kiss.
Okay. Nice to see you.
Lovely to see you.
It's a 1-hour speedboat trip past endless mangroves that line the Siepe River to our remote eco-lodge on the edge of Drake Bay.
Wow!
Look at that.
Isn't it beautiful? Look at that ocean.
Seriously though, this is not just completely
really
beautiful.
The Osa Peninsula is one of the most biologically intense places in the world. It's only 20 miles across, but it's home to nearly 3% of the world's species. Development is strictly controlled. Everything is focused towards minimum impact on the environment. We're spending the night here. Tomorrow, Nick and I are bringing the kids trekking deep into the Osa's virgin rainforest. I know the kids won't remember every detail of this trip, but the experience might mean that they value nature just that little bit more.
When you see colors like this in the rainforest that are really bright, that means that they're toxic. Okay, so they're enemies, for example, birds or lizards would stay away from them. So that means I'm dangerous, don't touch me.
Local guide Eric Beita was born in Osa.
From here on, we'll walk just in the river.
He's a photographer, diver and naturalist.
Is this a magical walk?
How often do you get to walk in a river, Kit?
Kip, look at this beautiful wall. Oh, that's a living wall. They pay good money to put this in the restaurants in New York and London.
During the rainy season, this little stream is a raging river. Eric is taking us on a hike to find a waterfall discovered just a few years ago.
Oh my goodness!
Nice.
Come and have a look, darling.
How do you like that?
Hey, look at that.
Oh wow!
Look at that.
Oh wow, this is beautiful. It's a waterfall.
It's a magical place, yeah?
Isn't it? Thank you.
There are very few places left in the world like Ossa. Until recently, people living in the forest had virtually no contact with the outside world.
It's a little different now, you know, when I grew up. My father used to be a hunter.
Oh, really?
You know, he used to go hunting. So sometimes I used to go with him. But now, you know, things have changed, you know. Actually, since they declared this area a protected area, hunting is not allowed in Costa Rica anymore, you know. Now what I do is I hunt the animals with my camera, you know.
That's much better, yeah.
Until a few years ago, local people were not allowed to bring tourists into the forest. But now the government permits a small number of tours. In return, guides like Eric act as forestry wardens, protecting the animals they used to hunt.
And I show, you know, tourists or visitors the places that I used to play as a kid.
Yeah.
Amazing. There's so few places left now on the planet where you can go for a day's hike and not see another person.
Sure.
It's brilliant.
It's a very special place, one of the most remote places in Costa Rica, actually.
Yeah. Amazing.
So it's amazing, yeah.
Eric has arranged for us to stay the night here, and Nick's taking the kids for a nap. But I'm not finished exploring yet.
It's hot. Tell you what though, this place is amazing. I mean, it's basic, it's just a few cabins in the wood, but this is proper ecotourism. You know, they're running everything off microhydro, which is somewhere down here. And I'm totally going to get my nerd on here because I love microhydro. It's brilliant. And what they're doing is they're just diverting a little bit of stream to get the head, because you need the height to get the pressure further down. So this water here, that's going down there and they're going to capture in a turbine further down, I bet. I'm going to see if I can find it. It's much clearer from here. You can see the pipes. The width of the pipe determines the flow rate, how much pressure you're going to get. And then it goes through there into this big box, which filters off all the rubbish that you get, the trees and twigs that would block the turbine. And then that's an overflow, which is very handy if you get a lot of rainfall, which you do in a rainforest. And then the pipes go down because the next thing you need is gravity, a big drop to drive the turbines. And I bet the turbines are down there. That's it. That's where the turbine is. I can hear it whirring away. This is what allows the lights to come on in my cabin up there. We're totally off grid here in the middle of the forest. And it's amazing. You know, these people are running their whole operation off this one waterfall. But I've seen entire villages running off similar systems like this. Incredible.
Happy birthday to Kit. Happy birthday to you.
Blow them out, baby.
I hope Kit remembers his birthday party in the rainforest. Although right now he seems a bit more interested in his head torch.
You look like an explorer now.
Okay. Ready?
Go.
Go! Are you talking to the frogs?
Yeah, I'm trying to attract the frogs. Usually male frogs call at night to attract the females, and you kiss it, like you giving kisses, you know? 2 times, 2 kisses. Perfect, very good, huh? Now you're a professional, come.
Here we go.
Here, many nocturnal creatures, especially spiders and frogs.
What, the eye shine?
They have the eye shine, yeah, so you can see that light shining back to your face, you know?
Oh,
Look, it's a tiny little frog. Yes, you're right.
Oh, there you go. Oh, look. Look what you just found. Oh, this is something amazing, guys. This is a glass frog. They're called glass frogs because they have translucent bodies.
Their bodies are see-through, darling,
I
like
saw him
glass.
on
You found it, huh? You're very good.
Darling. Can you see?
Thank you for finding this. This is very special.
He's absolutely gorgeous. I love him.
You can see the little eyes. You can see their stomach inside.
You see inside?
They're only found in primary forest.
A leaf.
Yeah, the amazing thing is if you were to put it on a glass, you know, you can see their heart beating inside. And you can see their stomach inside and also their skeleton. So
incredible.
They're very fragile frogs.
Aren't we lucky? Thank you so much.
I love meeting people like Eric. He's taking active responsibility for his environment. Costa Ricans just seem to get it. In the past few decades, we humans have changed our planet beyond anything it's experienced in its 4.5 billion year history. But look what Costa Rica has done in just 50 years. It's replanted its rainforests, brought its endangered wildlife back from the brink of extinction, all while growing its economy. Costa Ricans took a conscious decision to restore and protect their environment. That's what Costa Rica has taught me, that this human age doesn't mean the inevitable loss of our wildlife. It really can be anything we want it to be. Next time, I battle the rapids on a river saved by a president. Nick and I dive deep down into Costa Rica's Big Blue. And I helped build an artificial reef on Costa Rica's stunning Pacific coast.
Feels almost like we're trashing the ocean, but of course we're doing the opposite.